Good evening. This is Laz Jr. Do me one favor, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to my channel. I would gladly appreciate it. Child support, taking care of a child that's not yours. Why are you still married? It don't sound right, do it? But it's true in this case. Without further ado,
Target 8 investigators for help. We uncovered it's perfectly legal for the state to order him to pay support for another man's child and to deny biological fathers who want to pay from doing so. Target 8's Heather Walker exposes a law that's being called outrageous.
What's going on, buddy?
Joseph Shamilar is a divorced dad of two.
Yeah.
Not even 9 months after the split, Joe got some shocking news from his boys.
And they got in the car and they were bouncing up and down, telling me that mom has a new baby. And I said, well, is she babysitting? Is she, is she looking after someone?
So you didn't think it was real?
No, I had no idea.
His ex-wife had given birth. She had gotten pregnant during their separation by another man. Legally, she was still married to Joe. Court papers clearly acknowledge the baby is not Joe's, but Albert Bush's, and that Bush had established a personal, financial, or custodial relationship with the child. The court ordered medical expenses be split between the biological parents. But the Friday before Father's Day, Joe got a letter in the mail from friend of the court.
okay, they knew and they saw the gentleman's name on paperwork and knew, and still they didn't care. Pinned it on him to take care of this man's child. They know that that's wrong. They know it's wrong. Family court system is something else, boy. I'll tell you the truth. Let's get back into it.
I thought, my God, this is hilarious. It's Father's Day weekend, and here's the biggest joke that I think I've ever had played on me transpiring right now.
The letter said he owed $8,500 in back child support plus medical expenses for a baby his ex-wife had with another man. So the court was asking you to pay for a child that's not yours.
Exactly.
I went to Ottawa County front of the court office to get answers. How is this legal? Their spokesperson agreed to do an on-camera interview, but on the scheduled day changed his mind and would only answer our questions over the phone. He told us it didn't matter who the biological dad is, only what's in the...
You see, the gentleman didn't want to talk to you in person. He declined on the interview. He wanted to talk to you over the phone because he knows that it's stupid and it's embarrassing for him to talk to you when he knows he works for this system that's crooked. Let's get back into it.
What's in the best interest of the child. In other words, which one can take best care of the child financially. The court decided that was Joe. Do you think this law needs to be changed in any way? We went straight to the man who tried to fix the law, Senator Rick Jones.
I certainly would agree that if you're married to someone, they then run off and have a child by another man, that you should not have to pay child support. That seems a bit outrageous.
The original law was written back in 1956. It said if a child is born to a married woman, the biological dad has no legal rights. Last year, it was updated to allow husbands like...
Wow. The biological dad has no legal rights. A 1956 bill that was passed. Unbelievable. You see what we go through as men, ladies? Pay attention.
Like Joe, to fight financial responsibility.
What's the biggest problem with the law and the language, would you say?
It's not clearly drafted.
Melissa Drake is Joe's attorney. She tells us the law isn't just failing him, it's not working for biological dads either. Rob Recknagel says he's had trouble eating and sleeping since his son was born.
Every single day that goes by that I don't get to see him, it just gets tougher. I don't know what he looks like.
Rob says he searched online hospital nurseries just to see if he could find his son. He says he didn't know his girlfriend was still married when they got together. Rob says they were planning to blend their families. Rob bought a ring. But before she gave birth, Rob says he got this email saying although the baby was his, she was going to raise it with her husband.
I'm standing here saying I want my son in my life.
You see, the lady lied. In this case here, she didn't even tell him that she was still married. She got pregnant and then pushes him away, and he's the biological father. Now, what happens if something happens to the child, and the child is sick, need a blood transfusion, or need something from only the father can give him from a medical standpoint? Now what? Now you're gonna call him then, right? Right? It's wrong and it ain't right. Then to top it off, Joseph, they're saying, even though this isn't your child, you can take care of this child financially. Does that make any kind of sense? No, it doesn't. It's stupid. Let's get back into it.
I want to pay child support. Let's sign the proper documents and let me just do that.
You're trying to do the right thing.
That's all I want.
What can be done about this?
What can be done about this is people should be more responsible and shouldn't have sex outside of marriage, shouldn't father children outside of marriage.
I agree.
And should think before they act. That's what needs to happen. Could we do more? Yes. Could we fine tune it? Yes. Should a father have to pay support on a child when it's not his child? No. So we do need to do more, but we've made some monumental changes.
Heather Walker reporting. Well, after we started questioning friend of the court, it dropped its request for Joe to pay child support. In fact, 10 days ago, an Ottawa County judge issued an order clearing Joe of all responsibility for that child. As for Rob, he was able to see his son, but only for an hour. He's still fighting in court to get legal rights for regular visits.
Unbelievable. Still fighting for legal rights to get visits to see his biological child. And Joseph, they dropped his case, his situation, because they know it was embarrassing. They knew that. Shouldn't all cases be this way? In this situation, in general, when you're proven not to be the father, and the courts can see that, why should any man be held accountable to take care of somebody else's child when he knows DNA does not lie? Now there's a saying, believe all women. I say, believe all evidence. But guys, what do you think? God bless.